Alright, Warriors, welcome back. What a beautiful ass day. Don't let anyone suck the wind out of your sail today. Pay attention, Warriors. We're going to do a breathing exercise, 5 seconds, just to re-regulate our mind, allow ourselves to be in a position that we could pay attention so that we can deprogram the misinformation that we were led to believe for so long. And a part of that reason that's a hard pill to swallow is you know good and well you didn't believe it to begin with. This is what rewarding incompetence does. It dumbs you down, and at the end of it all, you'll get this much out of it. You won't ever dumb down again, because that was your damn fault. You see, Warriors, narcissists can't be given credit just for knowing how to write their name and wiping their ass. You lowered the standard. You veered off your lane. Now it's time for that shift in your minds and that breathing exercise so that we can learn and not self-convict. Aren't you fucking tired of it? Ain't no one can judge you more harshly than you. You're your own worst competition. Narcissists led you to believe they were in the running. Didn't even make a pimple on your ass. Now come on, 5 seconds, 5 Mississippis. And I'm going to remind you right now, subscriptions, hit that subscriptions button. It's down there. And then right next to it's a thingy, a bell thing. A bell thingy. Click on that. That way you get notifications. And before you know it, you're going to be speaking Chicoism. But when you graduate from this university, let me tell you something. You'll be able to open up a can of whoop ass on folks, and they won't know for hours on end that it happened already. And you'll be gone. You're going to operate smooth. So smooth that one day you'll understand when I say you're going to be hoovered, because you're so slick at exiting that narcissism and folks of normal mind alike have no idea when you've discarded them, that they feel they're welcome back. There's no reason to think otherwise. But because you don't allow yourself to become reactive and you use your logical thinking, 5 seconds is all it takes to go from being a narcissist equal, because they think you're just as fucked up as they are, to realizing you're a threat. Now, what kind of threat are you exactly? One that has a soft target on their back? Or the kind of threat that leads them to understand they don't even want to tangle with you? Some of y'all got a little bit of false confidence in you. You ain't got no business going toe-to-toe with them. There's a danger. Even a balanced-based warrior with a full awareness understands that you must pick and choose your battles carefully, but live a life never looking for the battle. Living a life in peace. But if ever called upon to awaken that beast, that you're not one of those lacking experience in the field. You've operated at that level. And it's why many of you had to experience the butt hurt that you had to understand what exactly is your beast. What is it you're holding back? Ooh, doggy. A narcissist pushed you to the edge. Sure did. Oh, can't make this shit up, can I? No, sir. 5 seconds. Let's do this together. Let's brief. 5 seconds. Release slowly. Alright. Woo! Shake that shit off. Before I forget, y'all, the Amazon gifts came in today. 2 of them did. It's a rock tumbler. Thank you so much for that rock tumbler, Miss Aletta. And also the stones with the little holes in them. The assortment pack. Thank you. Thank you very much, Teresa. I can't thank y'all enough, and I appreciate y'all being able to express your support, but I don't want y'all to ever forget the girls in the office, the support staff, the tribe support team, the ones that set up the coaching calls, the ones that do the background checks, the ones that answer your questions, the ones that protect me and moderate the remarks. Warriors, by your actions, you teach others how to be able to declare publicly their truth, but know how to do it intelligently. You still got to be able to know how to go no contact, how to blow up the fucking bridge, go ghost, disappear, but hiding in plain sight. This is what intelligence can do to narcissism. It's why they fear you. It's why intelligence is a threat. Sometimes we find shit out by accident, kind of like the 5 Mississippis, kind of like, you know, every now and again, you will stump a narcissist, psychopath, sociopath, and it'll be like a weird delay, and you'll catch them in a hiccup. It's kind of like a deja vu moment for them. And they end up telling on themselves, and then they play out like they didn't say that didn't happen. You know, it's just a weird phenomenon. Some things just happen, and you don't entertain it. You know, it's kind of like that. I actually picked a girl up once by accident. And it was the corniest thing when you think about it, but it was weird. I had a bump in my head, a bump in my skull. You know how you brush your hair like this, or you have an itchy? And if you get one of them bumps, it's rare I get them, but when I do, let me tell you, you just barely rub across that bitch, and it will draw a tear, make your eye water, kind of. Not all the way, but water enough to where if you do like a blink, a full blink with a pinch, a half a drop of kind of cake right there toward the edge, enough to unlock your left knee loose, and you drop down just a little. That happened to me, and it just so happened that this girl was walking by, and she was saying something. Because all I could hear was wah, 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 wah from the excruciating pain shockwave that went from my skull bone to every data point on my body. And when I looked at her, because I could see blurry, so I knew my eyes were watery, I figured, I don't know what she said, but a safe bet would be, because all I heard was the ass end of whatever it is she was saying, and her voice just sounded angelic. So I said, oh my gosh, I said, your voice sounds so angelic. Well, I didn't hear the conversation at all. All she heard was angelic voice and my eyes watering. So from her view, she looked at me, she goes, it must have moved you. And I went, I had no idea still what the fuck she was talking about. Well, anyway, apparently I left her impressed because she wanted me to visit for a long time. I can't deny or say anything happened, right? But that's not what's important. What's important is the accidental, like that would have been the corniest pickup line. The moment a guy's eyes watering, like you got these pitiful romantics that still live in this state of mind that exists in the world. You know what I'm saying? The full romantic hologram that they sell themselves. And what I want you to pay careful attention to is this. When a narcissist can't evolve, can't chameleon, they can't shapeshift, if they can't figure out what style, personality, or character it is that will get you into a more trusting position because you're going to be more alike, if they can't figure that out, they're going to let you know real damn quick that you're hard to deal with. You ever heard that one? Or you're such an ass. They call or consider stoicism, bluntness, as being an asshole. And the reason why is you're not easy to fool, and your directness calls it out. Well, your narcissist will act like you're the one that's hard to deal with. What happens is they don't like seeing their own mirror image played against them. When the player gets played, they don't like to hear, oh, don't hate the player, hate the game. Because they believed the plan was foolproof and you would never know you was in the game. Warriors, reverse narcology is knowing what their buttons are and what they hate the most. Let's go over a few of them, will we? You ready to stop what the fuck you doing? Listen. You got your good ears on. Warriors, narcissists, this is what they hate the most. They don't like arguments. They get angry easily the minute you start prying and poking holes in their points or their timelines, because it's a blow to their ego. How dare you not take me for my word? Word up. And look, anytime they get caught in a lie, the worst that they hate the most is when you keep digging and digging a deeper hole for them, so that because look, they know the more digging you're doing, they know you know the truth. And now they know you're getting a rush off watching them choke. You've seen that look, the narcissistic stare. Something like that. Hey, quick, I was freaking you out. Freaking me out too, that's it. Shit. And look, they hate people, anyone that can't put them first. If they're not the of attention, I'm talking that they prefer it. You get your nose off up in their crack. But warriors, look, they hate to be ignored. That's the bottom line. They hate to be ignored or belittled or corrected in private or publicly. And look, they hate people that think that cheating is abnormal, that people swapping is abnormal. They hate anyone with a moral compass that can be judged, and they are judged by that same stick, because they know for a fact if you walk by any faith, whatever that might be, holds you to a higher standard, a moral compass that can be measured. And narcissists hate anyone that can convict them, that can make them feel bad and shameful for what they're doing, for having such a hive mentality, a low IQ. Warriors, they also hate it anytime you report what their nasty asses are doing. Oh, they fear that. And they want you to be intimidated by fear to keep your mouth shut, to not share what I share with others, that I share with you and the world. With authenticity and unapologetic. Warriors, they hate your positive traits. They hate the fact that you can turn pain into success, into thrusting you into your next level of understanding and coming out better than you were, and better for you for it. This is what I want you to pay attention. Every connection the narcissist has been in, or if this sounds like you, then you might want to take some reconsiderations. And on Slap a Narc Day, you may not want to step out the threshold of your front fucking door. But understand, listen, in every connection with a narcissist, this is what they have in common. Every lost connection improves without them. They know it. They'll never admit to it. But this is why many of them painfully will hoover you, but not connect with you. They're the ones that write a text and delete it. Write a text, delete it. Write an email, never send it. You see, this is how the warrior trains narcissism and toxicity, how to respect fear. Clear boundaries, and the message without speaking it is clear that there will be a shock and awe consequence. You see, narcissists and rabid dogs understand a threat when they see it. If every connection that a person has been with ends up in a better disposition in life without them, then understand who you're dealing with. This is why the past matters so damn much. This is why narcissists can't stand anyone who thinks adding up body counts is a plus, or you look at it as shameful. This is why they have a problem with it. They need you and the majority of society to continue to dumb down, to continue to reward it. How do you reward that? Watching them movies that elevate this so-called woke culture. The audacity of narcissism, even at the face of God. Let me share a joke with you. A guy asked God how he measured time. You know, Lord, how do you measure time? He says, you know, 1,000,000 years to me, well, 1,000,000 years to you and your time, to me, is about like a day. He was like, no way. He says, oh, well, yeah. He said, 10,000 years to you is about like a second to me. You're like, wow, mind blown, mind blown. No wonder Alpha Omega makes sense. I can see that. He said, well, since we're talking and everything, I was wondering, how about sending me $10 million? You know, if I can make everyone else know and understand that I met you and this was manifested this way. God looks at him and laughs. He says, yeah, sure, I will. Sure, I will. He said, I'll send that to you in a second. Warriors, the audacity to still ask for a reward unearned, proven by actions, prove worthy. What I want you to remember is this. Many of you are going to learn to pay attention to the hiccups, to the deja vus of life, and how you retarded a pre-programmed outcome, manipulation, and pay attention to what it is you did. And you're going to earmark that as a lesson. Because reverse narcology is playing back what harms the narcissist. How did we come to understand what it is they hate? What makes a narcissist vulnerable? It was paying attention to an assortment of hiccups where we skewed the program, and a hint in that hologram of yours that you'd been lying to, you saw truth, that shit-eating grin, that I got away with it, or how about this one, I'm gonna get back to you, I'm gonna get back at you for that. Or they'll even tell you, good one. Oh, I see how you played that. I know what you're doing. And you ain't got a fucking clue. Ruh-roh. That's what I want you to start paying attention to. Can you do that? Can you do that? Not for me. I don't know you like that. I just want to open your eyes. Start reading the play. Get a better understanding. This is next level shit now. It's not for everybody. Some of y'all is going to go right over your fucking head. But if you learn anything, you'll learn this much. You're going to be more careful and better bestest at paying attention to your picker. Some of y'all ain't ready to be jumping out there acting like, oh, I got this shit. Your ass is going to come right back. You'll be in your own little circle. Heal. Don't cope with another addiction. Make healing your new addiction, and stay your ass at home. Warriors, heal. Get your asses back in the ranks. Shh, go on. And carry that smile. God's taking care of narcissists. They got a job to do, and they're doing it with purpose. They've stayed in their path. Your ass caught an itch. Your eyes got watery, and you veered off your path. Just by accident, a narcissist fucked up. And in that blurred vision, you caught a glimpse of truth and woke the hell up, got back in your lane. Don't take it for granted. There probably won't be a next time. You probably won't be graced with another chance to say shoulda, coulda, woulda. Can I get a what? Get out there and own it. Y'all are badasses. You ain't nobody's bitch. Thanks again for your support, for your donations. For those of you checking out the Chico Amazon wish list in the video descriptions below. Descriptions sounds delicious. It's no disparagus. Y'all, my stomach is having an argument with my mind and mouth, and it's a battle. It's on. I have a feeling my stomach's fixing to win. So I'm gonna let y'all go. It's never goodbye. So as until next time. Namaste.